One piece of advice I would give you for training a Liberty horse with vocal cues is to not just have vocal cues for certain maneuvers, but to also have a sound to get your horse's attention. The sound that I use to get my horse's attention is it's sharp. You see his ear flick at me. He can hear it over the wind, and it sounds different than the other vocal cues that I use for other movements. The reason I would advise this, especially for training Liberty when you don't always have a physical connection with your horse, is if your horse is distracted and you give them a cue, such as stop or turn, and their attention is over there, like my horse's is right now, on whatever's happening behind that bush or whoever just drove down the driveway, my horse is not going to hear that cue. But if I give him a cue that says, pay attention, put your attention on me, then I ask him to do something, I'm much more likely to be successful. This is especially important with a horse that is easily distracted, like Narango, like a hot-blooded horse, such as an Arabian or a thoroughbred. A horse whose attention seems to wander easily, like his does right now. So if you're training a horse that doesn't know this, or if your horse is very, very focused, very disconnected from you, then I'm going to say, and if he doesn't listen, which I got his ear, but I didn't get his body, so, and then I'm going to come in with my rope and give an explanation or correction. Explanation if your horse doesn't know it, correction if they do, and they just missed it. So, give you an example of how that looks in the work. So his ear's on me, his ear's on me. I'm just gonna start asking him for some stuff, and knowing this horse, we will lose his attention before too long. And I can give you an example. So I've got his ears, probably because I'm talking. Still got his ears, they're wandering a little bit. Okay, he started to look off a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and let him when he wants to. Or he thinks maybe that pan looks good. Maybe I'm gonna put my nose down, think about rolling. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Running with that will happen. Alright, lost him a little bit there. A little bit there. Try to change direction. See what happens. Just waiting to meet this cue so I can give you guys a good example. So far, fairly connected. You might wander slightly, not quite enough for me to need it. I'm not going to overuse it. So any cue that you overuse, stop meaning what you want it to mean. Let's see if I tune out a little bit. Oh, we got a car coming down the driveway. Let's see what happens. Head turn, I just give him a little if I'd asked him for something else right there when his attention went on that car down the driveway, probably wouldn't have happened, or it wouldn't have happened in good timing. But if I give him that attention getting cue and then the cue immediately after, I'm much more likely to get what I want. Attention, especially important to keep once you take your rope off. So I'll send him on that circle again. And I'm already kind of losing him. There. I didn't have his attention enough. So I hope that gives you a couple examples of when this cue might be helpful. Super helpful when we go to a new place or when a bunch of distractions start happening. So I don't just automatically go to correction with a rope or with a whip or anything. I go to my sound first. That puts him back in tune with me. Tells him, hey, something's coming and you're not ready. Please get ready. Hope that helps.